Hey everyone, today we're going to take a little bit of a step back in time, and we're going to take a look at a model that is no longer available, but it's one of my all-time favorites. And if you're lucky, you can find these new, like I did. This one actually came from the RC groups for web forum. You can also find these sometimes on eBay, but usually there are a few around. So if you're interested in trying to find one of these beautiful Parkzone Archers, they are out there. They are a little bit difficult to find, but they are out there, and if you're really good about keeping an eye out for them, you can find one too. I have one of these already. That's it was a used one. It had been involved in a crash, and I completely rebuilt it, and I modified it to be a replica of my grandfather's Aero. So when this one came out, this is a brand new in a box Parkzone Archer. I decided to go ahead and move forward to buy it. I'm going to fly it as is for a little while, and then I'm going to probably do the same thing I did to the other Archer, which is modify it into another one of my grandfather's airplanes. This airframe here has actually been, it's very special to me. My first flight in an airplane was in my grandfather's Aero. I think it was like a 1978 maybe model. And then I designed all the graphics for his 1994 Aero that he owned up to his passing last year. So this one is actually going to get repainted to replicate his 1966 Cherokee, but for now, we're going to leave it as is. So why don't we go ahead and get this thing out of the box and take a look at unboxing a Parkzone Archer. So we'll take a little step back in time for this one. Alright guys, well I went ahead and got the aircraft out of the box. I also removed just the tape that would have gone across the top of this the styrofoam box. The reason why I do that is because I've fallen in the trap before where I just move it out of the way and then ends up getting the aircraft out. Some of that tape gets stuck to the airframe and it pulls some of the paint away. So I go ahead and just remove it, set it way off to the side to make sure that I don't damage the finish on the aircraft. So as you can see, this is how the Archer came in the box, brand new. This one did come with an extra set of cowls and props that would not be normally in the box here. Battery over here. It's got the old Parkzone Charger, which I don't even know if they still use anymore. I haven't seen an airplane come with those. Maybe my Apprentice, I think, came with that, and my old Super Cub did. So, all right, well, everything looks to be pretty much what you'd expect from Horizon Hobby. The Parkzone brand, you know, this is typically what you see. Everything's very well put together. So we're going to go ahead now and start to get the aircraft out of the box here. Got some real nice styrofoam retainers here to make sure that the fuselage is well protected. Go ahead and pull these out of the way. I think at this point everything is set, so I can actually pull the aircraft out. Now, as I mentioned before, I have one of these already. However, it was purchased used. It had been crashed, so I've never really had an opportunity to take a look at one of these, what it would have looked like in brand new. So here we go. This is the first time I've really seen one of these. Wow, it looks pretty cool. You can see that it's obviously the Piper, I think it's a PA-28 airframe maybe? I always get those a little mixed up. It's got a little scuff here on the side, but everything is just the way it would have been new from the factory. It's just been sitting in storage for a while. See the props already installed, the spinners installed. It's got a brushless motor in it. Front steerable nose wheels installed. And one of the cool features of the aircraft is actually how the canopy and battery hatch come open. On mine, the one that I have currently, that's the modified to the Aero, this feature doesn't work, and so it's held in with a magnet. So I'm excited to finally try what this one looks like. So you push down, and there you go, and it pops open the battery cover. You can see there's the receiver. It's using the Spectrum AR400. Now I'm actually going to replace that AR400 with the safe receiver that's out of the Apprentice. It's not so much that I need safe for this airplane, it's more the fact that I really want AS3X, and I don't really want to have to go through any of the hassles of programming an AR636. I know the safe receiver works just fine in here. You got to cut out a little bit of foam to make it fit. It's pretty easy to do. I did it on my other one, but really once I got the aircraft in the air, I realized that this is a pretty stable airplane. You don't really need safe at all. But AS3X is very nice because it's still a very lightweight airplane, and we've had a lot of wind lately, and trying to get up on a perfectly calm day has been pretty rare. So that's what the inside looks like. I got the battery strap here. Battery goes right in there. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. A little tight. we go. There. So there is that. I'm going to set this off to the side. We go. Speaking of batteries, it does come with a 2S. This is a 1300 milliamp 2S battery. And if you've been used to the new UMX warbirds like the P-51, the P-47, or the J-3 Cub for that matter, not a warbird but a civilian plane. When you think of 2S batteries, you're thinking of this little guy right here. But the Archer actually takes this guy right here. I don't have any of their aircraft besides the other Archer that use this size battery. So hopefully I can still get some more of these because I'd like to try to, I got one that's puffed already and I'd like to kind of add a couple more to the collection. So this is the 2S battery you're going to use. Like I said, it's a 1300 milliamp 7.4 volt 2S. Just going to slide that back in here, move that off to the side. There's the charger. We won't be using that. That will probably just go up for sale on Craigslist here. What else do we have in here? We have the wing. Let's go ahead and move this thing out. There we go. It's got a little piece of masking tape that had fallen down inside there. We can go ahead and carefully remove that. We don't want to pull into the finish off. We want to toss this. Alright, so here is the wing. This thing is extremely lightweight. It's amazing how lightweight this wing really is when you've been dealing with larger aircraft. And really, nothing really is in this size anymore. You know, this is a very unique size airplane. Everything now is emphasis on becoming huge. And what's nice about this is even assembled, you can just toss it in the back of your car and go flying. You don't need a huge flight area. You don't need to disassemble the entire airplane. You could just throw it in the car and go fly. And that's what I love about this size airplane. That's why I had to have another one. So another interesting thing you'll notice here is look at the look at how much cantilever is in this wing. Take a look at that. So the center of gravity is actually, even though it's a low-wing airplane, it's really more out here in this range here. So it kind of passes through the center of the airplane. That makes for a very stable aircraft. So it's got a lot of dihedral built into the wings, which makes it a very stable airplane, just as the real one is. I don't even know how many hours I've logged in the right seat of either a Piper Warrior or Aero, but it's been quite a few, and I've flown a couple as well. Never on my own though. But so I definitely say that the real one is very, very stable. It also has the new modern taper wing, not the Hershey bar wing that would have existed on the original Cherokees in the 1960s. I think that kind of went away in the mid-70s. It's got some pretty cool little protectors on here for the edge of the wingtips here. This little section right here, right on the outside of the aileron by the tip, that's real susceptible to damage, so be very careful on that. It's got the grip surface here that you'd walk up on to enter the aircraft, just on one side. So yeah, everything looks right here. Got the fuel filler openings on the sides here, on top of the wings. So the flaps are non-functional on this and does not have retracts. Let's go ahead and put this away. Oh, you can also see it's got, of course, the aileron wires for the servo. I believe there's a I think there's a Y connector already built inside that, if I remember correctly. Also, we have the bag here. We have the main landing gear and bind clip and some hardware. Easy enough, these just pop right in. And the last thing we have here is the horizontal stabilizer. So we'll go ahead and get that out. Here we go. There! It's got a little carbon fiber spar on the bottom of it. Otherwise, just a real simple design, nothing much really to it. But yeah, once again, it's amazing how lightweight this stuff is. When you're dealing with much larger warbirds, this thing just feels incredibly lightweight. It's still a little bigger than the newer UMX birds, but yeah, nowhere anywhere close to the size of those 1.2 meter warbirds. So otherwise, that's really about it. I think the next step really is to go ahead and start the assembly process, get the battery charged up, and go fly this beautiful Parkzone Archer. I really hope that the Parkzone brand, it looks like it is coming back, and I hope that one of the things they're going to do is bring back an Archer model again, because I tell you what, this is one of the most beautiful airplanes on the civilian side, and we really don't have a lot of offerings for it in the RC world. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of the Parkzone Archer, taking a step back in time to a brand new but now discontinued model. So talk to you guys later.